Episode 4. The Oka forest was more than a place. It was an entity, a living, breathing organism that pulsed with an ancient, primal energy. Anya had always felt a pull towards it, an inexplicable yearning that had grown stronger with each passing year. Now, at the cusp of her 30th year, the forest was calling her with an urgency she couldn't ignore. She arrived at the edge of the Oku under a sky painted with hues of orange and purple. The forest was a verdant expanse, a chaotic masterpiece of green in countless shades. As she stepped into its embrace, a sense of peace washed over her, a tranquility that was at once familiar and profoundly alien. The first few days were a blur of exploration. She hiked, climbed, and observed. The forest was a world unto itself, teeming with life. Giant ferns unfurled like prehistoric umbrellas, their fronds catching the sunlight in a mesmerizing dance. Towering redwoods stood as silent sentinels, their roots delving deep into the earth, a testament to their enduring strength. And then there were the creatures, elusive deer, sly foxes, and birdsong that painted the air with melody. It was during one of these solitary walks that Anya first encountered the anomaly. A peculiar patch of earth, devoid of vegetation, lay nestled amidst a carpet of emerald green. It was a perfect circle, as if a giant cookie cutter had been pressed into the forest floor. Intrigued, she knelt to examine it. The soil was warm, almost hot to the touch. A faint, almost imperceptible hum vibrated beneath her fingertips. As days turned into weeks, more of these anomalies began to appear. They were scattered throughout the forest, each emitting a unique energy signature. Anya found herself drawn to them like a moth to a flame. She spent countless hours studying them, trying to discern a pattern, a reason for their existence. One evening, as the moon cast its silvery glow over the forest, Anya sat at the base of an ancient oak. The air was still except for the soft rustling of leaves. Suddenly, a whisper, like the wind carrying secrets, reached her ears. It was a language she didn't understand, yet it resonated with her on a deep, primal level. Fear and exhilaration warred within her. She was alone, deep in the heart of the forest, communicating with an unknown entity. Yet, she was also filled with a sense of wonder, a thirst for knowledge that consumed her. Over the following nights, the whispers grew stronger, clearer. They spoke of a time when humans and nature existed in perfect harmony, of a knowledge that had been lost but was waiting to be rediscovered. The voice, which he had come to think of as the forest spirit, revealed that the anomalies were portals, gateways to a hidden world beneath the forest floor. Anya felt a surge of adrenaline, a hidden world. The possibilities were endless, but with them came a sense of responsibility. She was being entrusted with a secret, a legacy, and she knew she had to be careful. She began to prepare for her descent into the unknown. She gathered supplies, food, water, a flashlight, a first aid kit. But more importantly, she equipped herself with knowledge. She studied geology, botany, and even a little bit of archaeology. She wanted to be ready for anything the underworld might throw at her. The night of the descent arrived. The moon was full, casting an ethereal glow over the forest. Anya stood at the edge of the largest anomaly, her heart pounding in her chest. This was it. The moment of truth. With a deep breath, she stepped into the unknown. The ground beneath her gave way and she fell. But it wasn't a free fall. It was more like sinking into a warm, viscous liquid. Then, darkness. When she opened her eyes, she was in a world that defied description. The walls of the cavern were adorned with bioluminescent fungi, casting an otherworldly glow. Strange, crystalline formations rose from the ground, their surfaces shimmering with an inner light. And the air was filled with the sound of dripping water, a constant, rhythmic pulse. Anya had entered the heart of the Oku, a subterranean realm teeming with life and mystery. And she knew, with a certainty that chilled her to the bone, that her journey had only just begun. Anya's senses were overwhelmed. The subterranean world was a symphony of strange sights and sounds. Towering, bioluminescent fungi cast eerie shadows dancing on the cavern walls. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and something else. A faint, sweet fragrance that was both alluring and unsettling. As she ventured deeper into the cavern, the temperature began to drop. The ground beneath her feet was slick with moisture, and the air held a chilling dampness. Strange, otherworldly creatures scurried in the shadows, their eyes glowing with an unnatural light. Her equipment, once a source of comfort, now seemed inadequate. The flashlight barely penetrated the thick, murky air, and the first aid kit felt like a useless piece of baggage. The only thing that kept her grounded was her determination, her insatiable curiosity about the world she had stumbled upon. Days turned into nights, and Anya lost track of time. She discovered hidden chambers filled with ancient artifacts, relics of a civilization that had vanished without a trace. Intricate carvings adorned the walls, depicting a world of harmony between humans and nature, a world that seemed almost mythical. There were also dangers lurking in the shadows. A monstrous subterranean creature, a blind reptilian beast with razor-sharp teeth, attacked her camp one night. She barely escaped with her life, her heart pounding in her chest as she fled into the darkness. But the greatest challenge was yet to come. As she delved deeper into the cavern, she began to feel a strange connection to the place, as if the very walls were speaking to her. The whispers she had heard in the forest grew louder, more insistent. They spoke of a cataclysmic event, a great upheaval that had forced the ancient civilization to seek refuge underground. And then she found it, a central chamber, larger than any other she had seen. At its heart was a massive, pulsating crystal, emitting a blinding light. As she approached it, the whispers grew into a deafening roar, filling her mind with images of a world in peril, a world on the brink of destruction. Anya realized with a shock that the crystal was the heart of the Oku, the source of its power, and it was dying. The whispers told her that the world above was also dying, slowly but surely, and that the two were inextricably linked. Fear and desperation gripped her. She was not just an explorer anymore. She was a guardian, a protector of two worlds. The weight of this responsibility was almost unbearable. With renewed determination, Anya began to study the crystal, searching for a way to save it, to save both worlds. Time was running out. The crystal's light was fading, and with it, the hope for a future. Outside, in the world above, days were passing. People were oblivious to the impending doom, caught in the mundane rhythms of their lives. Anya knew she had to find a way to warn them, to prepare them for what was to come. But how? And what if it was too late? The questions echoed in the depths of the cavern, as haunting as the whispers of the ancient ones. Anya was alone, facing the greatest challenge of her life, a challenge that would determine the fate of two worlds.